talk. We want to hear from Lester and Leslie. Let's talk. We're on a journey, come along with me. Let's talk. We're bringing a new perspective. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk with Lester and Leslie.
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Lester.
How you doing on this Tuesday night?
I'm pretty great. Well, actually, long day today.
You too?
Yeah.
What was going on today?
Oh, so I had to actually go in to the office today. Long. I think it's about 46 miles away.
Where's the wait? No,
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, but 46
So
miles in a bird. Oh my God,
yeah,
that is
so it was a long drive.
Jesus.
But it's not like I have to go there all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how often do you have to
This is
report in?
just once. And we'll actually have to go back tomorrow anyway.
Okay, so
Yeah.
twice this time, but
Yeah, twice this
usually once.
Yeah, just usually once. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a long day today. As soon as I got off work, I had maybe 15 minutes to go to the dollar store to get some kind of Christmas decoration.
What, for the house?
Yeah, because I never really decorated my house for any kind of Christmas because I haven't been home. And and so I'm finally just gonna take some time to make it look cute because I do like Christmas. I like it in its ultimate tacky form.
Right. Okay.
Like one of those pop-up places where somebody just threw up Christmas.
Yeah.
The capitalist one, where they're all all that tinsels and that.
The fake pine.
Yeah, all the elves and the white Santas and all their bullshit. I love it.
Guilty pleasure?
It is. It's like
okay.
watching reality shows, but I
could
like
be nostalgic too. Did your parents and stuff?
Yeah. And those trees back in the day were when you remember the tinsel that you just threw on the icicles that were pretty much probably something that should not have been made because of all the chemicals in the nylon and the spray paints, all the spray-ons.
Certainly not bringing children in front of that, but that's what we did.
That's what we did, and we put it all over the tree.
Right.
And yep, and it was beautiful. It had all these weird Christmas ornaments. And
it is pain.
Yeah, well,
aesthetic is pain, or killer. In this case.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was some great suffering based on all that consumption.
Damn that asbestos in this.
Shit, yeah. But I went to go get some Christmassy stuff from the dollar store because I don't want to really buy. I just wanted to get some garland, something green.
Nice.
And then I had to go to rehearsal straight from there.
Hopefully it wasn't too far.
No, I planned it on the route. I planned ahead.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's a part of being an adult.
Need to make things make sense for the amount of time that you have.
Yeah.
And so just planned it on the route to stop that was nearby where we were having rehearsal. Went to rehearsal, did this really sad, the most sad scene in the whole show. It tears me up every time. It's so sad. So I had to do that.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I had to do this sad scene. So that's kind of another kind of draining.
Yeah.
Yeah. And got blessed at Dunkin' Donuts.
As always. You know what? I think I told you this. I think they give you all those donuts because it's the end of the day and they're trying to get rid of them. And you come over here usually later in the evening.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to close. So you just take advantage of them just dumping.
I mean, no complaints. However, I am not looking for that
You're
intentionally.
not trying to gorge.
No.
You just want a little sweet treats.
I was intentional with my selections. I said I just want 10 I only want 3 kinds, not 3 dozen of each kind. Thank you, though.
We thank you, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that at all. But however, I am not out here intentionally trying to be a pig.
Well, that's nice. So it sounds like you had a full day.
I haven't been home yet. I'm freaking out.
Haven't?
No.
What? You came straight here from rehearsals?
Yeah, because it takes so long. Rehearsals was in the neighborhood. I'm like, great.
Wow.
And I didn't know that I had rehearsal tonight. That's why I was just like, yeah, can we do it tonight? Because I thought rehearsal was canceled, but the call information was incorrect.
Okay.
And I didn't get that email until this morning.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just like, all right, we'll have to make this work. And
That's
it
show
did.
business.
Yeah, and it did. So
I love that.
Here I am. I haven't been home. I'm kind of drained. So let's go.
You and me both. I think I told you earlier about the meetings and stuff this week.
Back to back.
Back-to-back meetings. I can't even have my little nap time in between the meetings because like 5 minutes in between. If I grab one, it'll have to be at the desk.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bring a pillow. I want that for Christmas. I'm actually going to tell probably I need a computer chair. Like
yes.
Yeah, because
that's a good
these
gift.
hard-ass little Walmart chairs.
Are you serious? You sit in these chairs?
This is, you see, that's my work computer right out there. That's why I get up after a meeting and reset on the couch or someplace soft. Yeah, a couple months ago, and I just have not had the time, because here's the thing. I want a computer chair that's already together. The one that I just got rid of, I've had since COVID. I ordered off, I think, like, I don't know, Wayfair or Amazon or something like that. It's one of the things where you have to put together yourself, and I think I fucked it up some sort of way.
Wayfair.
Yeah, and I think I fucked it up some sort of way. So, like, it never was completely comfortable, never completely was right, and it finally started breaking down a few weeks ago, and I just kind of tossed it over the balcony. But I'm joking. Well, of course. Anyways,
you wanted to.
I chucked it over the balcony and got rid of it. And I've just been using kind of like these chairs I have for company, for parties or get-togethers or whatever. I've been using those. So, anyways,
maybe we should shoot for a better chair. Like maybe we should, I don't know, make that a goal.
Yes.
For us. Like we should have better posture, better ergonomic opportunity.
Something that we've got to take into account at our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess this can just tie into goals. We come into the end of the year.
Is that what we're talking about today?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Goals. Well, the tie-in, the concept of goals with, kind of the happening since the concert, the Luther Vandross concert finally got executed on a couple days ago.
Yes. I want to know, how was that journey from start to finish, from conception to, execution. Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So it started off, I actually had the concept for this production before the Al Green one, but I decided to do Al Green first just because I tied it into my mom's birthday, and I just kind of had this, I put that in front of my own, this, and it's fine. I did it the way it was meant to be done, but I did Al Green first, and then came back to this. The original concept for this show was supposed to be called Black Queer Soul, with the focus on Luther Vandross, but covering an array of Black masculine, Black men, or folks these are all Black soul singers who fall under the queer spectrum. So Prince, Frank Ocean, Teddy Pendergrass, the original concept show had like other artists like Tevin Campbell and Tone, the gospel singer formerly known as Tone, is now B. Slade. I had some of his original works under his new moniker, B. Slade. All of that in the original show concept. And originally I wanted to do it in a big sanctuary with more space. It was going to be, and it is going to be, because I'm glad we kind of started where we did, because I would like to expand on what you guys saw on Sunday. Maybe that was God telling me, like, hold on, let's approach this differently.
Now, like, what, like, I want to know how you want to explain, like, what type of show this was, because I saw this wonderful, like, I don't know, like when you just got like elevated or something, when you were just in that moment of transformation. So I just want to, like, what was your intention for this type of show?
The intention was to, first of all, do works that I personally connected to. I personally connect with Luther Vandross and his story, being a soul singer, crooner, who had some struggles initially with, you could tell through his work that he is someone who deeply loves the concept of love and connection and relationship and sensuality that oozes through his work. But then also there's this element of, well, I'm a queer man, I'm a gay, same gender loving guy. Even though that never came out during his lifetime, he wasn't able to express that. And some people have made think pieces on the fact that we missed out on some really good work that could have been more expressive of who he was, that would have tied all that in. But you just kind of get, I identify with coming up in a community that does not, that demonizes that type of thing, and still having his passion and moving forward. So I identify with his life story along with his creative works. And then the other tier is we have a similar vocal kind of tone. Our timbre is very, very similar. It's very thick and rich. So ultimate point of inspiration, Luther Vandross, and it's been a long time coming. And then I was able to throw in other artists. That's where the initiation of this concept came from, is wanting to do a show that I could connect with at a personal level for me. The Al Green show was a personal one as well, but I really centered that around family, which is important to me, and particularly my mom's side of the family, and honoring them, honoring my mom. So that had its own intention. This one is kind of like, this is about me now. And luckily folks loved it. Like, they connected, and I think that folks were able to see and feel the materials. All those songs I love and adore and grew up on. Every single one, even the Frank Ocean song. Like when Frank Ocean first came out, and with that song, Thinking About You, oh my God, I fell in love with it. It's been on my playlist for, how long it's been out? Like a decade, I think, or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that Frank Ocean. So I'm a fan of his. Yeah, this is just all about me. And I was sitting probably more comfortable in this production than any other production that I've been a part of or put together. So it was very fulfilling.
How long did it take for you to, like, do this? Like, how long ago did this come up?
The
as
concept
an idea?
came in my mind like legit 3 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know why it takes me so long to like fully kind of flesh things out.
Is that really a long time?
I mean, there's folks that, and I guess maybe you can see that through the work, but some folks that just kind of, they do these concept shows, and it seems like they put together fairly quickly. This is one of those things that fall in that bucket of love projects. This is something that's very personal to me. It's all about me and what kind of story and message I want to portray. So maybe that's why. And like I said earlier, when we were texting each other, I was telling you about putting up these costumes from Sunday. They're still sitting in my living room as we speak.
Like, why are you? upset. You literally just got off stage.
See, and that's what she did for me, is remind me that I need to give
like
myself grace.
Straight up 24 hours.
I was like, I need to put this stuff up. And like, it's only been 24 hours, but
Yeah.
And I'm a bachelor. I live by myself, so there's not a lot of activities. Just me in here.
No, like I told you, like I didn't unpack my suitcase. How long? Well, yeah. So my niece's wedding was in August, and I guess like a week before Thanksgiving is when I decided to put it away.
August, September, October, November. So about 4 months.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes me feel a lot better.
I hope it does. I'm glad. See,
I'm talking about a few days.
For nothing.
Slob goes.
That's right.
But that's cool. That's part of the privilege of having autonomy. The more autonomy you have over your
living space.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have another person in there with me.
But yeah, you do. Like, but that's
what are they gonna say?
A person that came from you.
What are they going to say to me?
That's right.
Mom, move your shit.
You move it. In fact, the parents from our generation would have literally said that you clean it up. I'm the one working, paying these bills. You wash those dishes. You do this. You pull your weight in this house.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So I never really said anything.
P-Dot has so much, not just her, but like all of these kids now have so much. They have no idea.
Yeah.
How things used to be. We were property.
Punishment. Yeah, we were beaten like slaves.
Property.
Well, I wasn't, though. I mean, I
you were.
Count my number of beatings,
but just that whole concept of like ownership. Yeah. They have a lot more autonomy now. These kids.
Yeah, and most like people, they don't spank anymore.
Right. No physical discipline.
I didn't.
Yeah, thanks to, I mean, I was going to say that part of that being the systematic part, like the fact that they can call police and parents can get in trouble for
that
kind of thing.
That's whatever. But like, I remember I spanked my kid. She looked at me like a psychopath. I'm like, you know what? We don't ever need to do this ever again. You don't need that.
Yeah.
And yeah. But us parenting goes back to these goals.
But no, I chose this goal because it's a personal one, just to kind of answer that question.
Yeah, but it took like 3 years, and I know that it wasn't just you. You had a full band. You had to collaborate, like schedules and finances, because you had to pay these people too, right?
That's right. That's right. So part of just a high level, I guess, kind of overview of the process is I start off with a set list. So what I'll do is that I'll have a concept for a show, and I'll hear songs associated with the show, and I will put together an Apple playlist with those shows for several reasons. I like to see how they fit. First of all, how they feel. And then most of the time what I'll do is I'll have like 30, 40 songs, and I'll kind of scale back, because that'd be a whole like 3-4 hour production, and really kind of scale back and figure out which ones I really want to incorporate, and what kind of messages and feels I want to have. Once I have the set list kind of fleshed out, then I work on like order. That's important to me, to make sure that there's some sort of flow that makes sense. And then after that, as I do have a band, the J Stones Project. And so there's a core group of folks that are associated with that band. So they always get the call first. And thankfully, thank God, they were all available for this date. So because you guys were able to see the core group, not like, oh, this is our core, but we had to get the backup for a bass because he wasn't available here. Because at this point, it's now like a little mini network going on. So I've got my core group, and then I've got a list of folks who I've worked with that have backfilled for those core folks when they're booked, because that group of musicians, they are extremely talented. Some of them are multi-talented, where they play their instrument and sing, which is a real treat. but the price you pay for that is that sometimes they're not always available. So I have a little network of backups that I trust and call on. But for this production, everybody was available. So you saw the core and book a rehearsal, go give them the music ahead of time. Myself and the guitar player, he's really good with charts. A lot of times we'll collaborate and make sure that the charting is good before our first rehearsal. If I have backup singers, which I did this time, they were available. And that's my core too. That's the core. If I have a budget for backup singers, that's who you're going to see. And I haven't had to use backups for them. So it's either usually them or nobody. I mean,
I understand.
They're that phenomenal. I want to say real quick, Lashira Ellis Moore, shout out to her. So I went to college with her. One thing I love about her is that she has perfect pitch. Aside from her sounding amazing, I don't know if perfect pitch is when you can tell someone, hey, sing a C sharp, and they can hear it. I think they've tried to break down the science behind it. Some of them see music notes like colors, and some of them see it as like numbers, or like there's associative things out there that associate folks with perfect or relative pitch. So I was in awe of her since college with that. Like, oh my God, you're a real life piano. Because that's what you do with a piano. When you want to hear a certain note, you go to it to play it.
Yeah,
she can sing it.
Your ukulele. And
right.
Yeah,
like, that's all.
You
now,
can that concert B flat.
Yeah. I've been told so she has perfect pitch. I've been told I have relative pitch. I'm not sure about that. But for me, because the way that I was raised in listening to music, I can hear when something's not like in the right key. And I'll say something's not like something, like I can hear when things are off.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you what the note is. I just know when things are off. And also if we rehearse if I learn a song in a certain key, I don't need you to play usually the starting note for it. It's just kind of locked in. So I don't know if you remember Chantel.
Yeah.
She used to love that about me. She's the one that actually told me the first time, like, Lester, I think you have relative pitch, because every time you start a song, you don't fray from
right on it.
I start right.
Like as if you're
but I think that's just because how I was trained from my mom sitting at the piano, like playing a note and saying, sing this right, and that kind of thing. That's not what I play. So that y'all didn't hear that. Oh. So that's my recent accomplishment. I can tell you that because we love the Jackson 5. Anyways, why did I choose this goal? I think about this sometimes. Like, why do we get associated with some of the creative things that we do? I know it kind of started off forcefully in the church. Like, oh, you can sing in the children's choir. Mom is the choir mistress, so she's going to make sure you have the solo. She's going to make sure that the songs, all of that kind of stuff. So that's how it started. But I remember falling in love with contemporary music and me wanting to be that type of creative. So that's kind of why I still have a passion for it. So I still do it because I do what I want.
Whatever,
I do what I want. And I think I'm pretty decent at it.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Because I'm like, the way that you're explaining it, like, oh yeah, we did this and it was seamless. There were no problems at all.
Oh, I mean, you run into, I don't know about any problems like that. That's why you have to rehearse to get some of the kinks out.
I mean, like, this is not your first show that you planned, obviously.
No.
So you had to get to a certain point where you knew the ins and outs on how to do a production like this the way you wanted it.
So shout outs to Columbia College, right? Because if you're a part of the music program, part of the things that your final, right? Your final paper thesis,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a musician, is a recital that you put together. They give you a budget. So you have to budget out marketing. You have to budget out what you're going to pay your musicians, set list. So this is what the end of the, I don't know what if it's still set up that way now, but
For your class,
2009, that was the requirement of the musicians getting a degree, was a recital that you put together. They give you the tools and a budget, and I got a photo shoot done with it. I got some flyers printed out, I think, for it. Hired the musicians. I had way too many musicians for my recital. I think I had like 2 guitar players and
2
piano.
drummers.
Yeah, not 2 drummers, but I remember I had 2 guitar because at the time I was in a blues band and I was in concert groups, which is a part of the curriculum too. You've got to join groups that maybe you align with, maybe you want to challenge yourself with, like R&B group, the jazz combos, pop rock, country, jazz. I'd say jazz. They have all these genres of groups that you could join, and you immerse yourself in that genre for 2 semesters. So I included musicians from that. So it was a huge production even back then. But I've been doing this like that since college because it was a part of me getting my degree.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So you were educated on how to do these things.
That's right.
So you did it for free once.
That's right. You got to learn.
Yeah.
I did the open mics and the pay the plays and stuff like that. That's really prominent in the hip hop community. And I had been immersed in that since high school to even college. It wasn't until I started working with bands that I kind of got out of that. But yeah, I've gone through the ringers. I've had a few lives in this thing. So I've had a lot to learn. I didn't get it right the first time. You go through your growing pains.
What is one thing that you're just like, my dumb ass, when you were first learning how to do this? Like looking back.
So actually, my recital was pretty decent. The only kind of big feedbacks is when I started doing this outside of school. So when I initially started putting productions together, it was for my original music. So both the albums that I had, the first album I ever did was a collaborative album, hip hop R&B, and we did a release party for that.
I remember that.
At the Tantric, which is now closed. I think it's a weed house or something.
It's a dispensary?
I think it's like the dispensaries are taking over everything.
They're like liquor stores.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer that over liquor store, but like, it's just weird seeing so many.
Yeah. Yeah. But those productions are the ones that I'm like, like especially the very first one for that collaborative project. Initially, I wanted to have a band. There was no band there, so we just kind of ended up doing tracks. I wanted dancers. We had no dancers. So really, at the end of the day, it was a very stripped down kind of release party. And there was definitely more work in hindsight that I could have done to execute that better that I did not do. However, there's a lot of cadences from that show and even the first one at the recital at Columbia that I repeat, like making sure that the visuals are right, making sure that you're telling a story and not just throwing some things together, being intentional about set lists and the order of things, that those things was there day one and they continue on. But yeah, definitely a little cringe when I look back on that very first one. Even though I'm proud of it, I am still proud of it, but I just think it's so much more I could have done to prepare
very
more grandeur shows. Yeah. But expensive ones. But luckily at the time I had the expendable income living at home with mom, was able to not have housing expenses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I remember that one at Tantric.
Yeah.
I look at photos of me at that time. I'm like, bitch, you had no business being out like looking like that.
What was wrong? I
It was
remember.
this
Then you
weird
had
ass
like this
pink dress.
purple dress with the
It was
legging under
hot
black.
pink. It was hot pink. This hot pink, like rich, like caterpillar looking dress.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like a black belt under, like a waist belt, like an empire, like whatever. I don't know. Anyway, it looked crazy. My makeup was, oh my God. It was like 2002 type.
Okay.
It was not graduated at all. Oh my God, the extensions. I had clip-ins.
Come on, clip-ins.
Yeah.
They did what they needed to do.
Tell like what texture was what.
You had what, kinky hair next to straight hair?
I think that I looked good that day.
Well,
But I was going through some things
you're going
around
through
that
your
time
phase.
too. Yeah. But I do remember having a good time at that party. The food, I think it was good.
Yes, we had catered food there.
Yeah, I barely had any. Like, y'all, like, grabbed down. I think because I was late, probably. But, like, that was a really cool show. My favorite one was Freedom, obviously.
Yes.
That was the best album release party that you had thrown. And what was another one?
And that particular one probably is closer to how I see a fully vested show. If you remember, I had DJ, I had a band, I had
my brother was
dancers.
MC.
Your brother MC.
Yeah.
There was other acts there that kind of kept it, and there was all original music. I say that's the closest to what the type of shows I see in my head. Freedom is probably the closest one, with having all those different elements. And I plan on fully vesting this show to match and mimic that, where it's mixing all of those elements, covers and originals, Yeah, that's the end goal. I might be jumping the gun a little bit.
So you can do, like, you're going to do your Luther show on the Freedom level.
Right. Dancers, the band, which is already there, DJ, the effects. I brought that in. That was a new thing for this particular show that I've never had, that vocal pedal.
Yeah,
That was so dope, because you guys, Luther is big on the echo and reverb on his voice with some of those records, and I was able to buy a device that put that on my mic on demand. So it was super dope.
All you had to do was just like turn a button. I'm like, wait a second. So at first I thought it was a distortion pedal. And I was like, wait, I don't see anything on the ground. And then I saw like you had
it was hidden behind the music stand.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, dang.
In the rehearsal, they were like, oh, you should have brought some stuff, because there's artists out there who have the same kind of setup and they decorate the...
Yes.
So that'll be next level too. Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna
I didn't have enough time to do it this time. This kind of was like a pilot of the show. I mean, I think it was executed really well.
It was
so
a beautiful show. It was a beautiful show. And now that you're going to add those other elements to it, it's going to be so freaking exciting. So I guess that after even you've executed this goal, like, you're still taking advantage to like use as an opportunity to like grow off of that.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly it. How about you with some of your goals? I feel like I'm yapping away.
Oh no, because it's like I'm not doing nothing.
You're working on these productions and you're diving into your original works. So especially like for you, I love to hear, or I already know some of the things, but I'd like you maybe to speak on some of the ones you're more comfortable talking about, the projects that you're working on, and like how, especially, I think I saw this on your agenda, and I was like, I really am curious to hear your perspective about how the goals we had in our 20s, how realistic were they, and coming from this big age, I would assume that the way that you see, well, you tell me, I would feel like you probably had a more practical look, at least than I did.
Well, I said the big sigh. For when I was in my 20s, most of the goals that I had were shaped around my family because I got married really young.
Okay.
But the goal for me was to graduate from college. So obviously I had no choice but to at least get a C plus. Because I had no choice. But I really wish I did college a whole lot better than I did because I was in a really great environment with great people and I squandered that. So,
well, I don't think you completely squandered. I will tell you that because remember when we talk about this, I always remind you that you were a freaking intern at motherfucking Alligator Records,
yeah,
and all that work with the what
and WGN.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen for everybody.
It does,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm mad at myself
Mm-hmm.
because I was really overambitious, not thinking about the work that goes on in between.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this weird billionaire mindset where it's like, oh, I can just think about something and then it'll just happen. And it's like, okay, are we really, we can reach that goal, but are we thinking of how we're going to get through this? And instead of being impatient like I was very impatient. I don't know if it was like an ADD thing or whatever, but like
probably
I could not, like, it just got to the point where just things just felt so tedious and I would try to like cheat my way up. Or cheat to like, not like cheat in a nefarious way, but like
fast
cut corners.
track.
Yeah, like, well, okay, what can I do to just get over that? Like, you know,
I'm just get me pages,
there. Whatever, just give me the general concept or whatever, so I can just
spoken
get this.
like a true salesperson.
Oh my God,
that's how I talk all the time.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm activated at work, it's about the bottom line. Right,
let's cut to the chase here. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I want this.
What kind of business are we doing this year?
Yeah. But on an academic level, it's not like something, because like I would struggle to read books a lot, and it just got to the point, and instead of me just actually taking a breath and be like, yeah, you can finish this, because I'm just constantly thinking about, oh my God, this is going to take me so long. Saying like you get into this thought bubble. But like if I had not been so ambitious to get to reach a goal, I should say, quote unquote,
air quotes.
Yeah, for a 20-year-old, the whole thing was for me to live in a condo in some like high rise in Streeterville. You know what I'm saying?
That's still on my goal sheet.
Oh, you can have it then. But like for me, but for me, I was hoping to get that like at 21, 22. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think your environment played a part in how you looked at that? Like, did you have a lot of friends who, or did you not idolize, but did you identify with images, with something around you culturally, like friends or something, who seemed to have that pathway, and you said, well, this is something that I align with because it's something that I see? Like, where do you think that came from?
I don't know, like maybe TV.
The TV that we saw?
The TV that we saw. What did we see?
I mean, we're part of the generation that first initially saw like reality TV.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking about, they had all these like beautiful
MTV Cribs and those kind of
real
shows
world.
that fed off these. I think we were the first group to really see, especially internet age, and see just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like
MTV became like reality TV, or more like culture TV.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Like we got fed a lot of like, oh my God, look how glamorous this big MTV Cribs.
This Sweet Life.
Yeah. We got fed a lot of shit. And it's just hit me now as I'm talking. Like, I feel like that's probably something that influenced both of our ideas of our goals in our 20s.
Yeah. We wanted to be ballers back in the day. Yeah, because even in the music culture too.
Especially in the music culture.
Around that time,
yeah,
it was all about the bling bling, remember?
yeah,
And
that's
all the
right.
chrome and like
Come on, Chrome.
the money guns and all that other shit. Like, remember
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah.
That was in so many videos about money and superficial shit, gold chains. Like
Yeah.
it was more prominent in pop culture in that life. And I guess that is something that did influence me as far as the image that I had for myself. But I'm just like, when I'm standing there in my condo, my high rise, as this bachelorette with a martini glass in my hand and a ball gown.
And Paris Hilton is like your right down the hallway in her condo, like. Oh, no, not that part.
I don't want her in my bed.
I was just thinking about her reality show. That's what Paris Hilton came in my mind.
Oh yeah, well whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch. I watched that shit too. I watched that. I watched the OC. Yeah.
Oh, see.
Yeah. So like all that opulence, but for no goal as to how to actually get there, and like, why do I want to be there? What is appealing? I'm just seeing myself in that moment. And not realizing, okay, well, I have to do something to get there.
Yeah.
Like I can cosplay some type of like some rich fucking socialite. Easy.
Yeah.
But, I actually wanted that. And like not realizing that this is a reality for these freaks on this TV show. And most of that is not.
That's right.
Most of that is manufactured.
Paris Hilton was handed her fortune. And she capitalized off it with celebrity and Kardashians.
Because what else were they gonna do? Honestly, like, you can't really fault the kids for having what they have and doing those things, But it is not our reality. That is some opulent, like, crazy, wasteful shit.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
However,
it's good.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Great TV.
I love it.
I still watch reality shows today. So
I know I need some trash every now and then. It can't just be the Trailer Park Boys.
It can't just be chicken and broccoli. You gotta have McDonald's sometimes.
Right.
Those hot, crispy fries. Shout out to my brother who we were chatting earlier because my niece had got some McDonald's and she was trying to give some fries to him, and he was just like, I don't eat that. Which he doesn't do the like fast food like that.
Okay.
And I messaged and I'm like, she said those fries were hot and crispy. What are you talking about? That's fine. Like, that's good food. What are you talking about? Shout out to bro. Anyways.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there was no realistic
substance
plan for that, and no reason to want that other than, it looks really cool and comfortable.
Yeah.
Power for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want that. And so, that obviously was a motivator for a lot of the things that I set out to do.
Okay.
But I just went about it very, very wrong. Just because of the fact that, like, these things take time and attention in order to grow to become or get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be out here boosting my life account. Do you game?
Right.
You don't game.
No.
Okay.
I wish I did. But you said your life account, so I'm assuming like sewing into your life.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to, the metaphor is just that, just like in video games, you can't like just skip up or cheat your way up unless you have somebody boosting your account or a cheat code or somebody playing the game for you and then handing the controller up to you so you can just go to the next level.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Because you don't pay for that shit. You got to pay for that. But you can make some.
You better
make
some money doing that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So like, if it's just like nobody's going to be out here doing that for me, and I can't expect that either. Even though people can have that, there's some people who are just lucky, I should say. But for me, it's just like, I needed to be a little bit more like honest and patient with myself when it comes down to picking the right goals for me. you know, because that is just some superficial vision. Like, honestly, I had no clue where I was going to be at in my 40s. Like, when I was in my 20s. Like, I did not
That's
think
fair.
that I was going to be, like, in my cute little house in this
in that
neighborhood.
beautiful neighborhood.
And
Yes.
best schools and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be in this point. Yeah. So I guess, like, once I started to understand, like, there needs to be some intention behind these goals, not just for some, like, just superficial vision.
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, anytime I come up with that, or when I think about the end result, because I think in worst possible scenarios and best possible scenarios, you know? And so I just, like, every time I get to the point where I think I want that, I'm like, okay, you just write about it.
Yeah.
Because that is pretty much fiction.
Make some use of this now. Is that how you
make this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know.
Sounds like that's how you're executing, like, goal setting differently. Like, once I recognize I'm attaching myself to something that's maybe superficial or whatever, I'm not just going to throw it away. Or
it might be a good idea.
I'm going to make something. I think we talked about this a little bit in the grief episode too, like taking tragedy and feeding it into something productive or creative.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
And actually knowing how to channel, like, certain energy or whatever, like, into a way creatively, because through that I wrote that 10-minute play. But the goal was to write something.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to write wasn't coming out. So I figured the best way for me to get some of this grief off my chest is to just write about it.
Yeah.
And I did, and it turned out to be something that I did not think would get such a positive reaction.
Yes.
So, yeah, right now, I know now, because time is of the essence also. And there's things, well, because, like, honest, there are, as far as management and being realistic with some things, as far as, like, understanding if this is what we want to do, this is the work that we have to put into it.
Yeah.
This is the care that I need to dedicate to this because this is something that I want. And even if it might look like it might not be completed in, like, 5 years or 10 years, at least I'm working towards completing that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And it's for me to stay in perspective of, like, instead of just me imagining the best case scenario and staying there, I'm actually being more present. And working out those possibilities and not working towards something that's manufactured that's not really serving.
Sounds like you're allowing space for nuance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because when I have that, like, finished version of me standing on stage accepting an award for something I have not written or put out or anything, like a blank idea.
When you're in your Paris Hilton.
Sure.
I'm just going to show up and people will give me things.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the culture too, because
that is the realest thing ever. I'm like, that sums up me being such an asshole back then, because I thought I was hot shit. And I'm like, wow, I can just act like this. And it just became a personality.
Can I tell you, I feel like when I talk about culture, I feel like that's another thing, like, about us being raised in the suburbs, because I don't think we're the only ones that had that mindset. And I know for a fact that we did, because we know people who still live in a delusion, who came up in the same type of environment and culture that we did, right? who live in certain delusions when it comes to, I want to be or achieve this goal, but then skipping
the work that goes
in between. And because of that, now they kind of move and live in a falsehood in life and are constantly bogged down in it shows in how they treat themselves, treat their people that are closest to them. So yeah, there's consequences for staying in those kind of old places and not allowing yourself to grow up, even when it comes to goals, knowing that you're not a failure. So that's another last thing I want to ask about while we're talking about it is how do you react when you quote unquote fail? I'll say for me, I don't, especially when it comes to executing my creative goals, I don't necessarily feel like I fail. I feel like I always learn a lesson. The only time I've ever felt like I've quote unquote failed is when we're talking about corporate America, even though me being terminated for that year had nothing to do with me. They were trying to cut and downsize with the budget that they were too overzealous with in the prior year. And we were just collateral, first level collateral for that. But things like that happen. And even though you right on paper, and this has nothing to do with you, you still can't help but to take it personal and feel like a failure. That's been the only time I've ever felt quote unquote like a failure when it comes to my professional career and having had gone through a layoff. Just one in my entire 16-year career. So one time that has happened and it crushed me and my confidence and those kind of things. But that's the only time that I've felt like a failure. But here's the thing. As an adult, if you ask me how I react, even though I had those feelings and all those things, lost my benefits, no longer had access to my therapy and that support, there's something that's been ingrained in me from, I say, my parents, and having seen them go through different struggles that turned the switch on at that time. So I was still able to survive during the time of a layoff because that switch just kind of automatically cut on. I'm going through these feelings and depression and all this other stuff. That adult switch said, bitch, you can't stay in the bed. You can't afford to do that unless you're going to pack up and move back home with mom. And I was like, hell to the no with that. So I love you, my hell. I worked hard to get out the house, and as long as I'm able-bodied and that kind of thing, I'm going to do something. And the hustle got activated. So that's how I react to failure now is keep going, just because by default you learn that life continues to go on. And if you make a decision to stop, that's more detriment than anything. So what's your thoughts on reaction to failure?
I rip my clothes and wail in the middle of the street.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Not during winter time, though. It's too cold.
Yeah, it depends on how big of a fail I had made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that hasn't happened yet. But like,
I love how you say it yet.
Well, that's just part of, if I'm gonna take big risks, if I go up higher and higher and higher, it's gonna be even a bigger.
More money, more problems.
Well, that too, but
that's
like the higher, yeah. Whew. Yo, I just want to say that documentary,
that Diddy documentary that 50 Cent put out, y'all.
Yo.
Shots fired.
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. Like, I love the clapbackery. Like, I bring that on. Like, great petty shit. This is
use your powers for good.
This is the new rap battle. We're just coming up with like trash documentaries. Cause I'm here for it.
God. And that's an expensive clap. Like,
well, look at who's doing it. Let them spend their money on some bullshit, I guess.
Yeah.
At least it's making me laugh. But yeah, whatever. Back on the goals here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, failing is part of growth anyway.
That's right.
So I know that lately I've come to just deal with that. Like, that is just part of life. Like, there's going to be no's and there's going to be a couple yeses, but I got to keep putting out. I got to keep putting things out there. And I just, yeah, not putting my coochie out there. That's for me. That's my privates.
That's right. That's right. And you own them.
Those are mine.
Period.
But like, I think that me being accepting of the fact that there's going to be some more no's probably than yeses doesn't mean that I should give up on something that I actually believe in.
That's right.
Obviously, maybe I do take time to retool, because there was a time when I was doing a lot of auditions and I wasn't getting anything. And I was just like, what? They don't really give you feedback. And people get really weird about like asking them for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was going through all these auditions and just like, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to practice auditioning. So I went on auditions to practice auditioning, but I didn't audition for anything that I wouldn't want. That was the catch.
Yeah.
Because I could just be on anything and just answer to any show or whatever, and then watch them want to book me. And then it's something so horrible that I'm just like, wow, my name is attached to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the key there, was to go out, practice auditioning for things that I actually want, so I could actually like make an honest try for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's one thing, I had to develop patience in order to execute goals. And within then practice comes that patience. And I wasn't patient enough to practice. And that takes discipline.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And one thing I heard you and I correlate is when you mentioned like, I wasn't getting placed with auditions. So I vested time and energy into auditioning to find out where the kinks are at. That's investing into the craft that you enjoy.
And guess what I'm doing that now? And for job interviews.
Yeah.
Because I'm not nailing anything, but you know what? I need to know how to interview.
Right.
So I am just like casting so many lines out for whatever I qualify for jobs that I actually want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm working with the resume. I'm even working with my managers on like, you know, because she gives me really good tips on, you know, how to update resumes and interview and etc. But like, yeah, it all comes with practice, dedication to the practice.
Yeah. Instead
of dedication to the vision of the goal.
Yes, that's a word. That's a word, y'all, right there. That is a word. If we're sitting back and we're talking about like the lessons, that's it right there. Mic drop.
Yeah, I guess.
Divest from the end goal and invest more in the process.
Yeah, in the practice.
Yes. Oh, that feels good.
Yeah.
What's some of the goals for the future that you've got?
So some of to actually start tapping into the discipline of the practice. I have to just do those things. Just take the time to finish these projects that I have, because I have lots of parts for them. I'm just not putting them together for some reason, but now I will. Yes.
And you got the support.
I do. And that matters a lot too, because before, when I started this, I was in a situation where I was with somebody who didn't like me shining too much. And
that's a reference, y'all, for the Stephen King universe. So if you're listening to Derry and The Shining and all of those, Dr. Sleep, that was I forget what they called those folks that tried to take The Shine and Dr. Sleep. But yes, that was someone who, you know what's a better visual? Hocus Pocus. That person gave you the elixir and was waiting for the stuff to glow around you so that they could suck that
all
shit
my energy
in.
out.
Yes.
Yeah. So honestly, I wasn't thinking about that show. I was literally thinking about like being a star and shining.
Yeah.
But yeah, you drew those.
Yeah, those metaphors.
That's cool.
All these movies and stuff they're metaphors for at least how I absorb the art.
Yeah,
is that
that's
it's
all
a metaphor for.
That's pretty good.
That's what energy suckers do.
Yeah.
It's not just that they suck it, but that they see it.
You.
They see that shine and they drain it.
Yeah. It's like putting
It's a spiritual warfare. I believe in that kind of thing.
It's just like narcissism and like all like whatever. Yeah. It just gets to the point where somebody is miserable and they want you to be miserable like them. And just staying away from people like that. And once I got away from that person, I started to be able to bloom a little bit. Yeah.
You were able to, first of all, the energy that comes from your creativity, instead of it getting sucked, it was able to sit there and root itself, and you were able to water it. And then now you got somebody that brought filtered water to, you were using
minerals
in your recovery. You were using sink water, and Jerry came and brought the Brita filter. He's bringing the motherfucking Brita filter. So you getting that good filtered water on their plant. So yes.
So we're going to do 80-20 on that. Because 80% is that is me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a nice little helpful 20% that came through. So I mean,
yeah, for sure. I'm not putting more on.
I know, right? But I'm just
because I want that plant that I have that's still surviving since COVID. Sink water. A plant can survive and thrive off of sink water.
The plants in my house.
Filtered water just gives a little extra, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. So that's the 20.
I don't know. Maybe,
that Brita filter is the 20. The water's still there.
Yes.
Yeah. The water's still there. Yeah.
But I feel like now I'm in a really good spot now that I have a better way of thinking about what goals are important and which ones that are like the ones that are on my heart to complete. Those are the ones that I should give priority to now.
Passion projects.
Because I want to complete the project, not because of the vision of the best case scenario. It's not even the end goal. It's what the fruit of like what I produced, the fruit from it. I'm like, I can't eat from a tree that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
If I didn't even plant the seed yet, you know what I'm saying? So right now that I know
that's another word, guys, that is a word. It's a lesson.
Oh,
you can't get fruit from a tree that you never even put the seed in the ground and plant it.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So like, I just can fantasize all I want about it, but I need to focus on the practice on how to get to that goal and to just stay in that. You know, so now that I had that focus or a new perspective on how to achieve my goals that make sense for me, that are more honest with my existence and resonate with me, like truly, I feel like I'm at a spot where good things can happen. I feel like I can make some things really go off. Like, and I'm not doing it for it. Now I know I'm not doing it for specifically anyone.
Yeah.
Except
You're doing it for yourself.
Me. Yeah. Because I'm like, I can't hold in all these jokes.
And
all of these like horrible images that I have in my brain. No, you need to see that.
And the stories that you create around that. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody needs to be blessed from that.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. And that's why we continue to feed our passions. That's exactly why. And that's a lesson.
Yes. And that is growth in that.
This is what gives me fulfillment. This is what gives me sense of accomplishment. This is how I communicate, right? Because all of this is coming from personal, internal things that you want to express. It's just so great. You have anything coming up that you want to shout out?
Nope.
Me neither. But what I will say is, you and I'll share this with everybody. We're going to come together, and we haven't done a vision board thing in like, was it 2-3 years?
2 years.
2024.
Because
for 2023.
Yeah, we did it the first year.
You moved.
Yeah.
Yep. So that would have been 2023
Jordan.
for 2024.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my Jordan year.
Jordan year. So we're going to do that again for 2026. And not only that, but we're going to be helping each other, hold each other accountable for the goals that we set on that board. And I'm really excited to dive into that again. So that's it.
Yeah. A good one.
Was there anything else that you had on your spirit around how us big 4-0s are tackling goals?
No, but just continue to drink water.
Drink your water, kids of a certain age.
All of them, even the children, everyone.
That's
do
right.
it.
Drink it now.
Yeah. It's not good for infants and newborns or whatever, but when they get to that age, that they make sure they do it.
Spoken from the words from the mouth of a mother.
Yes.
Until next time, this is your hopefully soon to be favorite uncle and auntie.
But we not claiming y'all.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.